Hi there and welcome back. Today, it's Fia by the way. Today I thought I'd do an art journal page. And to start it off, I have just used, I did some Christmas ornaments for my family for Christmas gifts this year. And using that, I used Tim Holtz tissue paper, both the postal and the other one that I can't remember which one it is. But these are from the postal, and as you can see, I just cut out small rectangles and squares and stuff to get them around the ball shapes. So I put this down with some matte medium. And I thought I'd do a kind of fun technique that I like. That is a gesso resist, or a gesso resist type technique. So I have this, might be hard to see, but this homemade type stencil. I found a pattern on the internet. And I'm just gonna use a makeup wedge. And as you can see, I have my little palette here, as usual. And I'm just gonna go in and fill this page up like this. And then I'm gonna dry it. And then I will be back for the next stage. So see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I'm back, and it's gonna be really hard to see since it's white on white more or less. But for the painting on top, I thought I'd use a couple of colors, and I'm actually gonna get another color. I thought I'd use this My Mary acrylic. It's a heavy body acrylic, and this is permanent violet reddish light. I'm using Liquitex Basic Phthalocyanine green, and I'm gonna use the Liquitex Basic Quinacridone magenta. So I'm just gonna go in with a brush, I think. Let's take with this brush. And just start putting color on. And for now, it won't be really very much to see. But I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in and wipe it off. And it's gonna be interesting because I have never done this technique using baby white, using matte medium in the background before. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that interacts with this technique. I've only used it on just plain paper before. So that's something that's going to be fun to see how it works. So you're learning together with me. And I'm using a tiny bit of water still on my brush, just to get the paint flowing a little bit more. Going some pinkish up here as well, and I think some purplish down here. And as you see, this is really rough as it is now. But I'm also, like I said, gonna use baby wipes to wipe this down. And I'm just gonna give it a quick, just a super quick with the heat gun. like so. And then I'm gonna go in and start wiping it back and see if it does anything. I'm wondering if I have to put it down, leave it be a little bit longer maybe. Because it's sticking, if you can see here, but not very much any other place. Let's see if I get some more color on it. Get the heat gun on it a bit more. Maybe. Heat gun again. So. And let's try this again. Interesting. Might be I'm wiping a bit too hard. Almost looks like I'm wiping away some of the gesso as well. I might not have. Maybe you need to let it cure a bit before you do this. Like, not just get it dry with the heat gun, but actually letting it sit for a while. Because as you can see, you get a really cool technique here, but not so much anywhere else. But I kind of like it anyways, I can't deny that. So I'm actually gonna keep going with this. And as you can see, you get some interest, and it's kind of starting to look like a newspapery kind of background for some reason. So okay, I'm gonna dry this, and then I'm gonna go on with the next layer. Okay, so this is dry now, more or less. And I have this color book page that I painted before and cut out. I usually do this with my color book pages. I do coloring when I'm bored and stuff, or feeling to do something light. Some I even copy to copy papers, so they'll be easier to glue into my art journals, and then I just cut them out. And this one is from, let me see if I can find it. The Creative Haven Fantasy Design. And I thought it would go well with this the sentiment I'm thinking of putting down. And this is just made using colored pencils. So I'm gonna just take my Liquitex matte medium gel to put it down. And since this is pencil, you need to be a little bit careful and not like scrub on it with your medium, since it actually might rub some of the pencil off, and you don't want that. So I'm just going in here, and on this side I'm just putting some matte medium on the back side of the paper, and this is to help it to not buckle as much. It actually makes a difference to use the gluing medium of your choice on both the paper you're gluing it to and on the paper you're gluing down. So like so. And then I'm making sure I have glue, and I'm just going over it, and you see I'm not going like this, but trying to get like one proper coat down to protect it. And get it to stick down nicely. Like so. So once again, heat gun. Okay, so now this is more or less dry. And I'm gonna go in with just some black heavy body acrylic that I have already thinned out with a little bit of water to make it easier to work with. And now, as you can see, my fingers are messy since I've been using a sponge and stuff. So I'm gonna go in with my fingers and create a bit of border. And while this is still somewhat wet, and since I have treatment, I'm just gonna go in and just soften out the edges a bit to get them a bit more flowy, and then go in with some more paint. And just doing the same kind of thing. And you see, you go through some baby wipes while you're doing this. I'm just gonna go and slightly, with a clean baby wipe back where I think it's gone a little bit too heavy on the black. I want it like almost misty, but more framing than anything else. There, I wiped away a little bit too much. Going in with some paint again. Something like that. I like it. And I like how the colors in the background actually complement the little dragon. Okay, so this is kind of dry. And let's see. I think I'm gonna go in with one of my Posca markers. And let's see, so it works. And I'm just gonna doodle a bit here. Sorry if my arm is getting in the way. And just frame this a little bit further. And just like doing a wine like pattern. And then I'm just gonna go in and add some leaf-like things. I'm just gonna turn this, make it easier so I don't smear the ones I've already made. Like I said, this is just truly very stylized. It's not meant to be something in specific, the pattern on the edge. It's just I don't know, I felt like making a frame around my little art journal page today. Like so. Simple and yet kind of fun. Like so. So now I have some text I want to put on this, and I don't actually know what I want to use. Maybe I'll stamp something. Let's see if I get into my little drawer of stamps. And get out. I think I'm gonna use this stamp set from Dovecraft, and it's just DCVW0050, and it's a wooden alpha stamp. So I'm gonna stamp out my saying on some paper, and I'll get... Okay, so I have just stamped out my sentiment, and it says, "You deserve to feel like you are on top of the world," which everybody does. And I've just stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black, and I'm just gonna... Sorry, needed to drink some coffee. I'm just gonna use the leftovers of my matte medium. I'm sticking my fingers while I'm trying to get the matte medium in my paint to get it down. And this is stamped on cardstock. Sorry, bad words. So it's on a thicker paper that will not want to... Need to get some paper. Will not want to fold down very easily. So it's going to take some little bit of manipulating. That's cool. Like so. Just going like... like so, and I'll just use up, I have this much left on top of my Posca to make sure it doesn't rub. It usually doesn't, but since I had some matte medium left, I'll use it up. Now I'm gonna dry it again, heat gun. Okay. Oh, sorry, shook that camera. So now I'm just gonna go in with my Pitt brush marker, or Pitt artist pen in the black. And just sketch out some lines around my text boxes. And make sure your glue and stuff is dry before using this, because you don't want to ruin the tip of your pencils. And I'm also gonna go in and write the name and date here. It's a new year. like so. And now it's done. I'm really happy with it. I love the colors, and I think I need to experiment a bit more with resist on top of matte medium, and see, because I don't think the gesso bond had time enough to bond with the matte medium, so to speak, since I just used the heat gun on it. So I'm gonna try to experiment, if I remember, some more with that. But I like it. I think it's turned out fun and colorful and nice. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye.